Hello and welcome to the Daily Mill for Sunday, the 31st of August 2025. It's Transfer Deadline Day Eve. Transfer Deadline Day is tomorrow. It's 7 p.m. It's not 11 p.m. It's 7 p.m. They've moved it to prime time, baby. So, get ready for this. The greatest TV show on earth is about to take place tomorrow. So come back tomorrow and I'll let you know who we haven't signed. I've got some good news about the channel as well, but before we get to that, so got some extended highlights from this game yesterday, put out by EFL. And here's the thing with the extended highlights, the club on their YouTube channel, they just have the normal short highlights. This is about 2 to 3 minutes of highlights. But they do have an extended cut, but they keep that for Millwall TV. Now, I don't know if that's Millwall TV Plus or Millwall TV. What's the difference? Well, Millwall TV Plus you pay for. Millwall TV, there are free videos there, but you need to have a login. So, I pay for Millwall TV Plus, so I'm not sure which ones are which, because obviously if I log in, it just gives me all of them because I paid for the extra ones. When I find things like this, I'll bring them to the YouTube channel on the post section, which I'm not sure. I don't think you can find that on the YouTube app on the television. I think you can only on the laptop and the computer and the mobile devices. So it is here. Also here, got the highlights from the young lad Elias Mansour, first ever Millwall player to get an Afghanistan national cap. Played right back, number 2. They're playing in red. They lost 3-1. But, watch the highlights. According to him, he did okay. I think the number 3 for Afghanistan probably was more at fault for the goals than Elias Mansour. Another thing. So the good news. This isn't the good news. What's the good news? I have just had my most disliked video in my history of the YouTube channel. I cannot be happier. All these sad little Wrexham fans came onto the channel, watched the video, and they weren't happy that I called out their manager being a cheat, using the concussion substitute rule incorrectly, fraudulently, for a player who had a broken elbow. Now this has been confirmed, because guess what he did? We've got pictures of him on social media at a McDonald's. I'm assuming it's some kind of service station. Wearing his full kit. So he went to the hospital, got checked out, got his arm in a sling, and then they let him go, and he stopped off at McDonald's to have some lunch or evening meal. So there you go. Absolute rotten thing to do, to break the rules like that, use a concussion substitute. And this would be a good opportunity for the EFL to actually crack down on that and do something about that, because the old idiom, if you give them an inch they'll take a mile, and now other clubs will start doing this as well. And now a high profile club, Disney FC, the EFL, they don't have to go crazy, just give them a little public slap on the wrist, and then let all the other clubs know that this is not the way, and all the refs as well. Although there doesn't seem to be much that the refs can do. It seems to be the clubs can decide whether they do or do not use a concussion substitute, and the ref can't really say, hey, you're pulling one over here. It's just the league has to get in touch with them and get proof of a concussion. So, there you go. Right. Now, today is Sunday, but they are busy down at the transfer mills. They are working hard, and they got a signing over the line. Here we go. This is from millfc.co.uk. Got announced today. He was at the game yesterday. Pictures of him in the exec area, exec seats. Mill announced Derek Mazou-Sacko signing. Millwall Football Club is delighted to announce the signing of Derek Mazou-Sacko. The 20-year-old French midfielder joins for Ligue 2 side Rodez AF for an undisclosed fee and pens a long-term contract in SC16 subject to international clearance. Moving out of France for the first time in his career, Derek began at Sarcelles, St. Brice FC and Estac Troyes before making the move up to Troy and spending time on loan at AS Nancy in 23-24. A France under-18s international, Mazou-Sacko joined Rodez AF at the beginning of the 24-25 campaign, where he went on to make 31 appearances. Mazou-Sacko has played 3 times for Rodez this season and now becomes part of Alex Neil's first team squad for the foreseeable future. So there you go. Even though, this was mentioned before with Steve Gallen, where we have players we sign and then we kind of tell them, okay, you're in the first team squad, or you're signing and you're going to be training with the first team squad, but you'll get your game time with the under 21s. And then other players will say, well, you're one for the future, so you'll mostly be playing for the under 21s, or training with the under 21s as well. So there you go. But it says first team squad. I'm really pleased to welcome Derek to Millwall, said Steve Gallen, director of football. Oh, he's a player we've tracked for some time, and he fits the profile of the type of talent we want to bring into the club. Having played in France's second division, he's shown his qualities that have impressed me every time I've watched him. At just 20 years old, he's 21 in a month, calm down. Derek is still at the beginning of his career, moving to a new country, learning a new language and adapting to a new league are all big challenges, so it's important that we show patience as he settles in. We've already spoken with Tristan and Caspo, who, as our 2 French speakers, will be there to support him as he makes this transition. Derek is an exciting, progressive midfielder who's comfortable on the ball and has the ability to drive us forward. He'll be around the first team group from the start, giving him the chance to continue developing and learning in a competitive environment. Well, hopefully he's learning English as well. I don't know if they got him a tutor or what. We'll give him time and space to grow into the player we believe he can be. So there you go. So still one for the future. I mean, man, this future is going to be absolutely fucking blinding that we're building. We've got all these players for the future. Man, absolutely amazing. He's so young. He's wearing braces. I don't know why, because his teeth look alright. So they just look a bit they're not that white. Maybe it's just the lighting, but they look straight enough. I don't know why he's wearing braces. But there you go. Welcome, Derek. Bonjour. Monsieur. Go on and score. Now, moving on to this from southernnews.co.uk. I think it might be what we've just mentioned. Like I said, I don't read the stories before I bring them to you. I want it to be a surprise, Millwall director of football discusses new French signing and reveals the roles of Lions duo in helping midfielders settle. Yeah, I think this might be the same. Yada, 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 yada. Yeah, it literally is. It literally is, but Southern News, there you go. Now, this is a confirmed signing. We have another rumour, a new rumour, a good rumour. Let's have a look at this. And coming out of Austria, now this is the thing, you go on your Googles, you go on your things, and it's type Millwall news, Millwall transfer news, Millwall rumours. It just shows you stuff in the English language. This is from an Austrian website. It's been translated by my browser, so it might be a bit skew-with in terms of the English, how it the syntax, shall we say. Is that the word? I don't know. This is from bvz.at. Ballo vor vac agban Zweitlisk Millwall Wuft, which in English means Ballo before WAC departure, second division Millwall calls. Hello, it's Millwall calling. So what's going on here? Theirno Ballo is on the verge of leaving cup winners WAC, which is Wolfsperger Athletic Club. The OFB International. OFB, what's that mean? That's Austrian Football Bundesliga. That's the Austrian national team to you and me. He's an Austrian national footballer. Is abroad. Yeah, they had a game at the weekend. Was it on Sunday? Yeah, they had a game on Sunday, so they had a game today. He wasn't involved, and then they said, why isn't he involved? He's the top scorer. What's happened? What's going on? And then the manager said, he's in England, he's going to be moving. Just like that, Just like that. That's how they do it over there. No bullshit. None of this. They just say it as it is. The Bundesliga club confirmed on Sunday during the away game at Tyrol of the APA. According to media reports, it's likely to be the English second division club Millwall. The WAC did not deny. A loan with a subsequent purchase option is being discussed. Aha, so it's a loan with an option to buy. Now, maybe because, maybe he doesn't like it here. He's been here before, more on that in a minute. The transfer window in England ends on Monday. Ballo's manager, Peter Humelena, only confirmed to the Kronen Zeitung, which is another newspaper, for the time being that a club from the League Championship was interested in his protege. Ballo knows London. The attacker was once involved in Chelsea's youth team for more than 3 years. So there you go. But obviously he left London, so maybe he knows it and he don't like it. But, In June, the 23-year-old made his debut for the Austrian national team in the 4-0 win in San Marino. He's on the call-up list for the upcoming World Cup qualifiers against Cyprus and Bosnia. So we're signing another international player. Ballo tears big cap, according to Kubai. I don't know what that means. In Wolfsberg's almost, so this is Wolfsperger, the Austrian team, not Wolfsburg in Germany. I don't know why they got two teams in different countries with the same name. I don't know if they're connected or what. Almost championship title last season, so they nearly won the league last season. Ballo scored 10 goals and provided 6 assists in the league. We've got a quote here. Who's this from? So when a player has 15 scorer points at a small club, you can already guess that this is a big gap for us, the coach told AAPA after the guest appearance in Innsbruck. That is to be accepted. We have to accept that. But basically, you have to be careful where you have to go. Again, translation, I don't know what that means. It's probably said something about, it's probably some German saying that doesn't translate, like cats and dogs and things like that. In the previous season, a WAC Cup winner, so he did win the Cup. I'm not sure if that was last season or the season before. In the last round at Sturm Graz, that's the last game, they were only 1 goal short of the possible champion. They missed the championship title because they drew, and if they would have scored, they would have won the league. Fucking hell. So that's probably why he wants to leave. They came so close. That was probably their opportunity. And it's like, well, if it's not going to happen, then what I mean. Whether it will be possible to build on this without Ballo remains to be seen. The squad situation was not the biggest before. As far as he knows, Ballo has received an offer that has already been signed. You've already experienced a lot, but I think it's fixed because he has already left today, said Kumbaya. I wish him all on the best on his path. So, there you go. Looks like it's happening. Interesting stuff. Weird, but, So a guy who finished second in the Austrian league last year, he's scores a lot of goals, but he's not a striker. He's a winger, I believe. I'm not sure left or right. We'll find out in a minute, because here we go. There he is there. Theirno Mamadou Lamarana Ballo. Yamalamanama is a professional footballer who plays as a midfielder for Austrian Bundesliga club Wolfsperger. Born in the Côte d'Ivoire, he represents the Austrian national team. So he moved to Guinea at the age of 3 before leaving for Austria 4 years later. Ballo joined Chelsea, etc., going on. So at the moment, he's 23 years old. His birthday is the 2nd of January, so he's going to be 24 in the new year. And you can see he didn't play for Chelsea, only played for the youth team. Went on loan to Rapid Vienna. So he's from Austria, was at Chelsea for not playing, goes back to Vienna on loan. And then he signs for Wolfsberger. He scored 28 goals in 85 appearances. Now, this is the Austrian league, but you can see he's very much Austrian. He played for the under-15s, under-16s, under-17s, under-18s, under-19s, under-21s, and the full Austrian team. He's gone the whole way through. Scored 6 goals in 12 for the under-19s, 6 in 25 for the under-17s. So, I don't know what the Austrian expat community in London is like. Are there any? Or are they all German? It's not the same, is it? It's not really the same. Right. Let's move on. This is Theirno Ballo. So this is him on fbref.com. So let's have a little look and see what we can see. So this is his career. Insane. Now here's the thing. I don't want to be that guy. He does look like his age. He doesn't look one of these guys who's like, 30 years old, but he says he's 22. He does look like his age, but you got him here at the age of 14, playing for the under-17 Bundesliga side, Victoria Köln. That's Cologne. So as a 14-year-old, he's playing in the under-17 Bundesliga. And a 15-year-old, they finished 25th and 37th. Fuck knows how many teams they got in the league then. How are you finishing 37th in the league? Yeah, man, mad old league. Goes to Chelsea, so I don't know what the hell happened when he was 16. Was he injured? What's going on there? There's a missing year. The year 2018 to 19 is missing. Again, don't know what's going on there. But he ends up with Chelsea at the age of 17 playing the under-21s, and they won the division that year. In 2019-20, wins the division. Here's another thing. So, obviously, this season, that would have been the COVID season. And this would have been COVID with restrictions later on. So that would have affected his stay in London. So his career at Chelsea was derailed by this. And he's probably thought, I'm not being allowed to be a teenager in London. What's the point? And he goes back to the Austrian Bundesliga. Because remember, at this time, nobody, when was it going to get back to normal? When's it getting back to normal? And everyone was still talking about, this and restrictions and stuff. Whereas 5 years later, you still see the odd Wally walking around with a face mask. But, I mean, they're the odd ones out. So it seems that derailed his career. Look at this. 21 matches played, 17 games he started, 7 goals and 4 assists, but they only finished second in the division as an 18-year-old playing the under-21 football. So you would imagine it's time for a move, time for a loan. They did loan him out. So the next season after, this is the same year, 21-22. I don't know if you can see that. There you go. Playing in this is the same year. So he does go out on loan. So he goes from Chelsea's under-21s to a team in the Austrian Bundesliga. Plays in 8 games, 4 starts, 402 minutes. Doesn't score. So bit part player really. Probably just getting a little taste of it, a little taster. Season after, so you don't know what's happening. His contract at Chelsea's run out. Maybe he was trying to get a move. So this was like an exit loan. Even though, he's only 19, he's not 21. Then maybe they decided, probably time to move on. I don't know. Maybe he had an injury. I don't know what's going on. So he signs for Wolfsperger in Austrian Bundesliga, and 1,131 minutes in the top division in Austria. 6 goals, 2 assists. Season after, Bosch, 1,971 minutes. Some more minutes, the most minutes he's ever played. 12 goals and 3 assists. Wow. And then this one. So they finished 4th. So I don't know. Maybe they have a playoff system where they finish 4th, but then they have a playoff. I don't know how. Because they said or maybe they did narrowly miss. Maybe it was like a freeway race for the title at the end of the season on the last day, and they ended up finishing 4th, and the other teams jumped above them. So maybe it was that. But the most amount of minutes he's played in his career to date, 2,451 minutes, 10 goals, 6 assists. Bosch. Well, he did take 2 penalty kicks, 7 yellow cards. And so far this season, 3 starts, 186 minutes, hasn't scored yet. And like I said, maybe a bit of a hangover from not winning the league. So there was goals, shots on target, So he scored 12 goals from 26 shots that were on target, 10 goals from 25 shots that were on target. He's had 2 shots this year. He hasn't. So have they changed his role? Has he been more defensive? He's only had 2 shots. Maybe they moved him around on the pitch. What else have we got here? Okay. Fouls, fouled, crosses, interceptions, tackles, 1. Yeah, you get the idea, you know. He's right-footed. He's a forward midfielder. He's 5'7" and a half, and that half makes all the difference, doesn't it? So again, he seems to be like a winger type player, like an outside right. So if he's coming in on loan, that would be interesting, to say the least. Now, moving on to looking into the future. Not the future as in all of these players that we're signing that are going to be amazing in a couple of years' time. Isn't that fantastic? But I mean like next week. So obviously international break. Is there gonna... Obviously we've got the transfer window closing tomorrow. Is there going to be any other news? Well, yes, because we have 4 players away on international duty. One of them plays tomorrow. I already told you about Elias Mansour. He's away with the Afghani national team. They've got a game tomorrow. This game is at 4:30 English time. Afghanistan versus Tajikistan. That's could be a winnable game for Afghanistan. Because they lost 2-1, whereas Afghanistan lost 3-1. But Tajikistan lost 2-1 to India, and India are absolutely rubbish at football. So could be a win there for Tajikistan. We'll keep an eye on that. Obviously tomorrow I'll let you know about that. We've got this here. This is from FSS.rs. This is the Serbian National Association's website. They brought in a new head coach for the under-21s. They are taking this very seriously. They're hosting the tournament, the under-21 tournament, Euros in 2027. The qualifying for that's going on at the moment, but they're already qualified. So they're trying to get games against good teams to test themselves. They're playing France in Brittany, I believe, in Lorient. So yeah, and obviously Ivanovic is involved, and the game, do we have the date? 8th of September, Lorient. Now, the gathering of the young national team is scheduled for Monday. So, they're going to the Sheraton Hotel in Novi Sad, and the first training is at the Karadorji Stadium on the same day from 5 p.m. So, straight into it. Tomorrow, they're going to training. Will they publish pictures from training? Will Ivanovic be in the pictures from training? Will Ivanovic even be a Millwall player tomorrow? Or by the time this game kicks off on the 8th of September, will he be a Millwall player? We certainly do hope so. Even though, he hasn't had the best of starts to this season, we certainly do hope he does okay and improves both for Serbia and for Millwall. Another international player we have is Max Crocombe, goalkeeper. Hasn't played much for us. Played in the cup games. They have the Ashes, the soccer Ashes, and it's going to be on the 5th of September and 9th of September in Canberra and in Auckland. So there you go. Now I don't know. Obviously, he hasn't been playing for us. I don't know if they have another goalkeeper that they're going to play because he's been playing more. I don't know. I think Crocombe is. I think he is their number 1, but we'll see how it goes. Now it is a 2-legged affair, and it is an aggregate score, so we'll see how they get on. And then we move on. We have another international this week. Daniel Kelly did okay when he came on the other day in the cup game. 2 games, qualifying games that matter, serious games. We've got the game away to the Czech Republic, that's on the 5th, and then at home to Portugal on the 9th. That's going to be in Motherwell, 7 p.m. kickoff. Don't believe at the moment any of these are going to be on TV. Sometimes the Scottish national YouTube channel hosts the under-21s live, so they might do that, and if they do, I will share it and I will let you know on the YouTube post section, so that I will let you know about that as it's going on live or after. I will let you know there's highlights that you can watch and stuff like that. But again, all of these games, as far as I know, none of them are scheduled to be on any television channels that we can watch here in the Great Britain. So there you go. Now that's it for the news, but we're going to move on. It's Sunday, Stats Sunday. We always do the stats after a game, and very interesting to look at what the hell happened yesterday. So if you're not staying there for that, thank you for watching. But if you are, here we go. And here we go. This is from whoscored.com. Match report. If we look in the middle, Millwall had no strengths. We were poor at finishing. We had a large quantity of possession in our opponent's half, and we dominated possession. Yeah, every time we do that, we don't win the game. Wrexham were strong at finishing, lost possession, often played with width and favoured long balls. Oh God, did they favour long balls. If you look at the right hand side, you see the top performers by rating, by total shots, by tackles, and by dribbles. So you can see it's all Millwall in shots and dribbles. And there you go. Now, do not adjust your sets. What you're seeing is real. Attempts on goal, 21 by Millwall, 6 by Wrexham, 14-6 from open play, 7-0 set pieces. We had 21 shots. They had 6. They got 2 goals. That is a 33% conversion rate. Absolutely incredible at this level. And there you go. Attack sides, shot directions, shot zones, action zones. Look how little of the ball was in our third of the pitch. 17%. God damn. And player positions. And you can see barely, the 5-3-2 or 5-3-1-1 by Wrexham. You got the 47, the 4, the 6, the 2, and the 13 and the 5. And then you've got the 3 defensive midfielders, although it looks like there's only 2 there, 15 and 37. There's another one under 19. And then you've got 9 and 19 up front. And then you've got this by Millwall. We're basically playing with 3 up front, 22, 19 and 9. It's Coburn, Ivanovic and Adama and Maku. And there you go. 4-3-3. Just wasn't good enough. Wasn't good enough at all, was it? Yeah. So let's move on. This is also from whoscored.com. It's a match events. Obviously nothing happened in the first half. First thing, 57 minutes, 58 minutes, the goal, the assist, the goal, the card, the substitutions. Let's not talk about that again. This one, you can see. Bangor Williams getting a card for nothing. And stuff like that. And then the goal right at the end there. If you look at the club badges, top left, top right, you can see the average player rating for the clubs. It's 6.34 for Millwall and 6.93 for Wrexham. Bit of a difference there. Man of the match given to Cleworth for Wrexham. Got the assist, got 8.6. And they had another player with 8 and a few players with 7. Best player for Millwall, according to this website, whoscored.com, Kramer, 7.1, Luongo, 7. I think I'll probably agree with that, it's about right. You've got Coburn on 6.9, Maku on 6.8, And yet again, another sub-6 score for the keeper, Bender, 5.8. He's got 3 scores now below 6. Is it time to drop him out? We'll see. I don't think it will happen, but if we lose to Charlton, the guys, if he makes another mistake or doesn't have a good performance away at Charlton in the next game, there's going to be no choice, because the fans are going to turn on him, and they're going to turn on Alex Neil if he doesn't drop him. Although you would imagine we're in the situation again. What's the game after the Charlton game? It's Crystal Palace, so it's automatic that you're going to drop Crocombe. No, you're going to bring Crocombe in for the cup game, even though it's a tougher opposition. You should just automatically change it, even though we do want to win the game, but I think you still give the keeper the cup game, even if it is against a Premier League team, because they're going to change players as well, and we'll see how we go. But I mean, it's not looking too good so far for Bender, is it? He's had 1 blinding game, and then 3 so-so games. Yeah, and 2 mistakes that led to goals, and 1 that led to a defeat, and 1 that didn't. Okay, we're going through this stuff. What are we going through? We're going through total shots. 21 shots to 6. How many shots? Who had them? Ivanovic with 6, Coburn with 3, Negley with 2, and Luongo with 2, Amaku with 3. So there you go. Nisbet with 2. Oh yeah, I've got to say as well, I've got to apologise as well. It was Nisbet that took the shot. In the match reports, it says it was Nisbet. I got onto the highlights that I just showed you, the extended highlights, and I slowed it down, because you can do this on YouTube, slow it down, and it was Nisbet that got the shot away ever so quickly, just before Cooper was about to kick him on the back of the foot, but Cooper just pulled out of it. So it was technically Nisbet, but I mean, fucking hell. Possession 59, basically 60 to 40. And that was mostly with Cooper and Kramer and Luongo. So the players who had most of the ball were actually got a higher score. So again, is WhoScored.com biased to people who are on the ball the most? Maybe like if they're on the ball and they do short passing, maybe it gets their score up. If Kramer's passing it forward to Luongo, and then it's up to him to move it forward to other players. It's probably bumped up both of their scores. Pass success percentage 79 to 72. Again, all over the pitch. It's good, except for Leonard, 66. But the 2 up front, because they were swarmed. It was literally 8 at the back for Wrexham. Completely swarmed they were. But you got Amaku, 83% accuracy. 83%. Cooper 81, Kramer 89, Luongo 81, Negley 82, Kundal 92, and the keeper 74. I imagine he took a lot of short balls. Dribbles 10 to 3, Kramer with 3, Bryan with 2. Aerials 1, 21 to 20, Kramer with 4, Cooper with 4, Luongo with 4, Coburn with 5. So it probably explains Coburn's highest score. Tackles 13 to 14. So Luongo with 4. Corners 5 to 2, and these are the players who won the corners. Dispossessed, having the ball taken off of you, Amaku 4. That was the thing with Amaku, he's trying so much stuff that not everything worked out for him, but we do love a trier. We do love a trier. Now, moving on to this from WhoScored.com again, as we can see the ratings clearly on this kind of Excel spreadsheet type thing. You got Kramer 7.14, Massimo Luongo 6.97, Coburn 6.94, Amaku 6.79, Joe Bryan 6.52. Joe Bryan only came on in the 72nd minute, so he was only on the pitch for about 30 minutes. He got a higher score than most other players who played 90 minutes. He got 6.52. Again, Bender 5.81, lowest rated player. Even Daniel Kelly got a score of 5.83. He came on in the 89th minute. Obviously, we don't know how long he was on the pitch for, because the the injury time, but you know he was probably had about 20 minutes by that standard. But Bender's below him, below Nisbet, below Taylor. So, man, touches of the ball, 84, 82, 76, and then it drops off. So there's literally the three in the middle, Kramer, Cooper and Luongo just passing it around amongst themselves, moving it from side to side and things like that. So, 21 shots. How many do you think we had on target? Do you want to guess? Well, you can see very few. Let's sort it. So these are the players who had the shots and how many were on target. Ivanovic 6 and 1. Bangor Williams 1 and 1. So, oh my god, it looked, wow. 2 shots on target. 2 shots on target from 21. Obviously, you know, being closed down, not having this, being rushed, having it forced, not being able to clearly create space to take the shot. 21 shots, 2 on target. If we move on to, there were no offsides. Normally we do about 5 a game. They weren't playing offside, they're playing deep. So defensive stuff, who did that? As you've seen already, Luongo with 4-2. Yeah, I'm surprised to see Negley come off. I don't know if it was a pre-planned thing in terms of, you know, coming back from injury or what, but yeah, I thought he was one of our better attacking players, and Coburn as well. You know, I thought he played better than Ivanovic, to be honest. But yeah, I don't know why they took him off. Emaku with 2, Coburn with 2 tackles. Interceptions, Kramer with 3, Cooper with 2. Clearances, Kramer with 5, Jake Cooper with 3, Massimo Longo with 3. Bender with 2. Blocked shots, only 1, that's Jake Cooper. They didn't have that many shots, so there's not much to block. While we're here, how many shots did they have? 6. How many were on target? 3. They scored 2 goals from 3 shots on target. Again, that's not good for the goalkeeper when you have 66.6% of their shots going in that were on target. That's not good. That's not good at all. So, let's move on to fbref.com so we can get the XG just to see how bad it really was. And this is the XG, 1.9 for Millwall, 0.5 to Wrexham. So as I predicted, my pre-match prediction was 2-0 to Millwall. It should have been 2-0 to Millwall based on the chances created. It ended up being 0-2. 2-0 to Wrexham. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. There you go again. So passing accuracy 76 to 70%. We had 520 passes. They had 355. Again, look at that. 2 of 21 shots on target, 10%. They had 3 of 6, that's 50%. Our keeper made 1 of the 3 saves that he needed to make, 33%. Their keeper made 2 of 2, that's 100%. Or their 2 keepers. Fouls 10 to 13, corners 5 to 2, crosses 29 to 12, touches of the ball 631 to 492, tackles 13 to 14, interceptions 8 to 10, aerials 121 to 19, clearances 16 to 49. Yes, they had a lot to clear. No offsides as mentioned before. Goal kicks 4 to 20. Only 4 goal kicks for Millwall. 20 for them because, you know, that's the 20. That's the 20 shots that went off target. Or no, it was 19. But yeah, that's what that is. Yikes. 23 to 22 throw-ins, 92 to 82 long balls. So go down. What are we looking for? What can we see? What can we see? So who had the most XG? Ivanovic had the most XG. We had the most shots. He had 6 shots, 1 on target. The one on target, that was the one that got cleared off the line by the goalkeeper that shouldn't have been on the pitch. And I made a mistake with that as well. We were 2-0 down by that point, not 1-0. So it wouldn't have been 1-1. It would have been just 2-1. But yeah, it all adds up. So shot creating actions. The 2 defensive actions directly lead into a shot. Who was the player that involved in the most shots? Either creating them. Josh Coburn with 7. And then Emaku with 5, and then Kramer with 5. So, Coburn, 7. The two up front, they're passing. They just got, they were pushed and pulled, and they had their shirts pulled. 17 passes, 10 completed. That's 58.8%. And for Ivanovic, it's 12 of 21 were completed, 57.1%. And for Maku, 12 of 22, that's 54.5%. Just wasn't getting it away, getting the passes to other players on accurately. What else are we doing? We do that. So we can see the passing. Yeah, the long balls when Luke Cundle's long balls, 7 of 7, 100%. Bosh. I imagine that would have been switching it from side to side. Luke Cundle's passing, pretty spot on. For some reason, he fucked up 3 short passes, 84.2, but his medium and long were, on point. Nisbet's passing was on point. Kelly's passing was on point. Joe Bryan's passing, pretty decent. Probably explains his score for a high score from coming off the bench. Did anyone have shit short passing? Well, the 2 strikers, but we already mentioned that. Ryan Leonard's passing, so it's alright. Okay. In terms of passing it forward, there's not really much going on. Even though we had 2 up front, if they're surrounded by 8 defenders, not really much you can do. But in terms of passing it forward, I mean, look at this is Luke Cundle when I said he was passing it side to side. So look, total distance of yards of passing by Luke Cundle, 900 yards of passing, 900. How many of that was forwards, as in progressive distance? Total distance forwards towards the opponent's goal line, 159. 159, so he was literally just passing it sideways. And Luongo, 930, but 269 forwards. But that's the thing, there's nothing forwards for them to pass to. Even though we got 2 up front, they were just kind of like standing there like, yeah, pass to me. And when they did pass to them, they got on the ball and then they didn't pass it to other players because they had the ball taken off of them. So, you have to pass it side to side to try and open some things up, and it just wasn't being opened up. Crosses of the ball, Imaku with 10 crosses. Man. Corner kicks, 5. Defensive actions. Tackles 1, and where those tackles were. Challenges, 100% for Luongo, 100% for Negli, 100% for Kramer. Blocks, what's a block? Number of times blocking the ball by staying in its path. Why not? Imaku is 6. Yeah. Possession, touches the ball and where they were. Attacking penalty area, 42 touches the ball. Coburn and Ivanovic, 8 and 7. Okay. Dribbling. So take-ons attempted. Number of attempts to take on defenders while dribbling, and how many were successful. So you can see 50% for Coburn, 50% for Ivanovic, 60% for Imaku, 3 from 5, 100% for Luke Cundle, 100% for Joe Bryan, but only 2 of 2. Negli, no, 2 and 0. Carries of the ball, so dribbling with the ball, but going forward. So this was a lot better with the passing. So the passing, not really, you're getting swarmed. So you have to move the ball. You move the ball by you getting on there and you run. So kick and rush, I think they call it. They used to call it. It's how teams used to play back in the day. They didn't pass it to each other. They just passed it forward to one player and he would run with it. So you got Cundle, 96 from 177 total yards. Yeah, much of a muchness really. Miscellaneous stats. So we've seen aerial duels won, but what about aerial duels lost? What about that? Well, here you go. Here they are. So Coburn won 5, lost 2. Ivanovic won 3, lost 4. Negley 4 and 2. Jake Cooper 4 and 5. Kramer 4 and 2. So Cooper lost more than he won. Or he did win the one against the keeper, didn't he? Bosh. Have some of that. Millwall keeper stats. Let's get on it. Here we go. 90 minutes. Shots on target against 3. Goals against 2. Saves 1. Save percentage 33.3%. Post shot XG 1.2. Post shot XG was 1.2. Number of goals was actually 2. Oh dear. That's not good. Launched balls. Passes longer than 40 yards. 10. Only 5 completed. That's 50%. Free throws. Average length of the pass is 29.4. The goal kicks, all 4 of them were launched long. Average length 74.5 yards. 10 crosses into the opponent's area. Didn't come out for them. Average distance from the goal line 22.8 yards. Yeah, not much going on, was there? Jesus. So here we go. Here's the long list of shots in that game. And you can see it's blue, 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 and more blue. Now, one thing to note. So we say only 2 shots on target. That means on the target, so the keeper had to make a save. It could be that someone took a shot that was going to be on target, but it got blocked by a defender before it got there. So that doesn't mean that it was off target, just like it got blocked by a defender. So it could have been on target. So kind of, the stats don't really tell the whole story, but I mean, this one was off target from 19 yards. Yeah, that one got blocked by Negley. Negley off target. Kramer off target. Josh Coburn got blocked, 9 yards right foot. Massimo Luongo off target, again 23 yards. Ivanovic off target header. I think that was the one that he glanced, yeah. And then they have their first shot was in the 34th minute, blocked, left-footed 23 yards by Ryan Longman. And then at the end of the first half, 12-yard header off target by Ryan Hardy. Second half, we come out. 3 shots off target before their goal. And then blocked off target for Coburn. Saved by Bangor Williams. That was a shot that was on target. Got saved. It wasn't that powerful, but it's 30 yards out. At least it was on target. Ivanovic off target. Amaku off target. And then they had a off target one. And then they had the one that got saved. Header from... these was in the 88th minute. And then Massimo Luongo blocked. Nisbet off target. That was I think that was the one with the goalkeeper going down with a broken elbow that they pretended was concussion. And then Nisbet again at the end blocked. And then they get the goal. 0.11 jumps up to 0.31. 7-yard left-footed volley. And again, this one here. So this one, 0.11. So both goals for them were 0.11 XG, but the post-shot XG jumped up. What's post-shot XG? It's based on where are the defenders and where's the goalkeeper. So if the goalkeeper's in a good position, it should go down. But, even this one. So this one was a better chance because it's 0.24 XG, but the keeper's in the right position. He saved it, even though it goes up to 0.36 XG. Because it's 8 yards out of a header. And then what we got at the end. So this was the other one that was on target. The 2 shots that were on target. Bangor Williams in the 74th minute, and then Ivanovic right at the end of the game, 8 yards right-footed. That was the one that got cleared off the line by the goalkeeper that shouldn't have been on the pitch. 0.28 to 0.62. So that jumped up as well. Because it was literally cleared off the line. And then right at the end, 90 plus 21, Daniel Kelly off target, 28 yards left foot. So there you go. What a game. What a game. And on that note, thank you for watching and goodbye.